Here we are with Coach Ronnie Shields after his fighter, Alex Cholo TKO, scored a TKO. Coach, we talked about Alex before the fight, and he looked very impressive tonight.
Yes, he did. You know, he took his time. I told him from the beginning, like, you know, you got to fight your fight. You know, we've been working together long, and you know, I just feed off of what he does. And he went out and, you know, he did what he had to do. He's a very smart fighter. You know, he knows the ins and outs of this ring, and you know, that's perfect, man. And you know, he knows what to do. He's great.
Now, we talked about his fan base in Oklahoma City, but one thing we were talking about ringside is that his fan base is growing outside. Like, exactly, tonight's a perfect example. In Hidalgo, Texas, the fans were going crazy.
Yes, I mean, you know, because he's an exciting fighter. You know, and he can punch with both hands. And the kid, you know, he's really good, man. And I'm telling you, this kid definitely going to be champion of the world one day.
Now, I can't remember off the top of my head exact number, but I believe this is his 7th or 8th KO in a row.
Absolutely, yes.
So he's been looking impressive, and I think that's, you know, ultimately that's what the fans want to see, knockouts.
Yeah, the fans want to see knockouts, but, you know, it takes a special fighter to keep getting knockouts.
True.
And as you can see, Alex is that special guy.
Yeah, he completely dominated the guy who's a tough veteran. You know, he came in experienced, but, you know, Cholo TKO, they basically did everything and anything he wanted to do tonight.
Yes, he did, and you know, and it's a good learning experience too, because the guy, you know, the guy was real crafty with his head, and you know, you can see he was really, you know, trying to get some dirty stuff in, but you know, Alex just kept his cool and stuck with what he was doing, and it worked.
Now, also great experience because this was your first fight together, correct?
Yes, it was the first fight. You know, we only had a couple weeks together, and you know, we did great. You know, you know, the camaraderie in the corner was good. You know, I'm glad his father was there because, you know, he was somebody that, you know, Alex, you know, if I say something, his dad would say something, and you know, and he would try both things. So that's a good thing.
Nice. Now that's got to give you encouragement going forward. You know, as far as the relationship that you guys are going to develop.
Yes, absolutely. You know, we just talked about it a little bit. We go get him down there for about 8 weeks next time, and you know, so we can really have a full training camp.
Nice. Now we were talking about it before. I got to get your take on it, Coach. You know, the whole boxing world wants to see it. You know, it's going crazy. Is it going to happen? Not going to happen? All the back and forth. Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao.
Well, who knows, man? You know, everybody's speculating that it will happen. Some speculating it's not going to happen. I mean, you know, at this point, first you hear the network, then you hear Floyd, then you hear Manny, then you hear Am, then you hear Stephen Espinosa, then you hear somebody else. You know, I mean, I don't know, man. Look, as far as I'm concerned, I think it may happen, but if it don't, hey, the fans not going to see them at their best anyway. You know, they both getting a little older now, and I think 5 years ago is when everybody really wanted to see it. People are intrigued by the fight just because these two were pound for pound the best fighters in a row. We haven't had that in a long time. It's going to be a great fight if it ever happens. But look, if it don't happen, hey, there's a lot of other great boxing out there. People got to look forward to something else.
Now, we always say boxing goes on, but put yourself in the casual fight fans' position. You know, that's the fight they want to see. You know, we were taught the Super Bowl just passed. You know, everybody expected it. You know, obviously we didn't, but you know, a lot of the casual fans expected that the announcement to be made, and it came and went. But you know, to diehards, that, you know, that would be our Super Bowl, even though 5 years after the fact.
Yeah, but I mean, but at the same time, you know, this is all about business also. I think when people start looking at boxing more about business, they don't see it that way.
True.
They need to look at it as a business, because that's what boxing is. It's just like football, basketball, baseball. We're the same business. You know, you have to do business first. And so, hey, you know, if the business ain't right, if it don't make money, it don't make sense.
Right. Now, with all that money involved, Coach, imagine if that kind of money would have been thrown in a prime Ronnie Shields way.
Ronnie Shields would have been fighting.
Hey, that's true talk, Coach. I gotta get your final question. I gotta get your take. If the fight was to happen, whether it happens in May or a lot of people speculate that if it does happen, it's probably going to be September when Floyd's last fight is on his contract. Who would you take in that fight, Coach?
Well, I mean, just looking at both guys recently, I mean, you can see they both lost a step. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. But I still think Floyd is a smarter guy. You know, Manny likes to take chances. Floyd is not going to take that many. You know, Floyd only takes the opportunity when it presents itself. He has a lot of patience, and and Manny don't have the patience Floyd has. So I'll say it's a very good fight and a close fight, but I would have to side with Floyd Mayweather.
Hey, there you go, keeping it true right there, Coach. We appreciate it, and congratulations once again on the victory tonight.
Thank you.